Hello guys. Welcome to Diablo the Primordial. This video is the continuation video after Hinata's easy victory. So if you have not watched it, then please watch it. The link is in the description. And please check out my second channel Top Anime Sensei for the light novel of Tensura. So without any further delay, let's start. But before we start, please like, subscribe and press the bell icon so you don't miss the updates. Good night. Have a good dream. Hinata spoke gently, like putting Reiner to sleep. And then, Hinata gazes at Reiner, who writhing in agony with a satisfied feeling. Oh well, the pain that I received, I had returned it back 10,000 times. Satisfied, Hinata loses her interest in Reiner. The pain was not repaid back 10,000 times, but Hinata didn't really care. Anyway, the hopeless situation was averted. That's most important than anything else. Rolling on the ground, Reiner was screaming. However, no one tried to help him. The soldiers who were instigated by Reiner and the prince were also unable to determine to correct action as they tried to understand the situation. With the appearance of hero Masayuki, who is the hero of the people, the public opinion had gone away from Reiner and others. The prince's confession was decisive. Being the royal family's guard is the duty of the guard knights, but there's no reason for them to defend a regicide. In this place, there's no one who swore their loyalty to Prince Elric. At the same time, it's obvious there's no righteousness in their leader, Reiner. What we should do now? The knights and soldiers were trembling. Seeing everyone currently, as the chance has arrived, Masayuki stands up. Everyone. Which side is correct, and which side is wrong? I think it's obvious if you look at this spectacle. If all of you are wise, all of you will know the correct answer even if I don't say it. Please, I want you all to believe in that answer. I also want to believe in everyone. Actually, Masayuki still had hesitation. The development was too fast, he didn't catch up with the situation. However, his instinct told him that this is the biggest chance to lead the people opinion. So as not to be his own opinion, he decided to induce the people with provisional wording. It's perfect. Like this, even if I make a mistake, I won't be blamed. Masayuki was praising himself inside his mind. Ooh, Masayuki-sama is trusting us. What have we done? If we must to meet Masayuki-sama's expectation. In response to Masayuki's words, the knights threw away their sword and kneeled. Their act shows that they have no hostility against Masayuki. Seeing the knights like that, relieved mood begins to flow through the people. And then, Hiro-sama seemed to have straightened out the problem. The prince have the king. But, luckily we have Hiro Masayuki-sama. The mastermind is the knight leader, Reiner. That's mean, Hinata-sama is. But, it's Masayuki-sama who see the truth and save Hinata-sama from the predicament. As expected from Hiro-sama. In this way, naturally, Masayuki's exploits had increased. It spread quickly among the people. Masayuki, Masayuki. Didn't take a long time for it to be the usual grand cheering. Masayuki raised one hand awkwardly to response the people while having stiff cheeks. He had teary eyes inside his mind. However, that was a usual occurrence too. After waiting for the place to quiet down, Hinata walked to Masayuki. And then she held out her right hand. I have been indebted to you. So, she requested a handshake from Masayuki. Masayuki felt nervous as he looked at Hinata closely due to her beauty. There were a lot of beautiful women in Tempest, but Hinata's pretty face had a different peculiar charm from them. Masayuki trying to respond Hinata's request and panicky rubbing his hands. But, as Masayuki was charmed by Hinata, he tripped by a pebble and like a skilled mime he fallen down on his feet. As the result, he felt hair smoothly tickling his cheek. A sweet smell that made his mind astray stimulates his nose. Why it becomes like this? Or rather, this feeling on my right hand, it's like touching a finest quality cushion, it can't be. That's right. Masayuki stumbled and just like that he pushed down Hinata. Even to this extent, he's a lucky pervert. However, it was Masayuki who feared that the result will be frightening. When Masayuki tried to stand up and making an excuse while his face turning pale. Huh? What just now? Masayuki realized that something passed over his head. He felt a shock as if something passed through the back of his head. Oh, from where did I get sniped? However, it was somewhat different from Masayuki's imagination. Masayuki realized that it was the shockwave that arrived late, not the attack. In other words, the attack passed with a little difference when Masayuki fell down. If Masayuki didn't get tripped by the pebble, his life would be gone. Impossible for you to evade my assassination. A person appeared in front of Masayuki and Co., raising his astonished voice. A man who is dressed in black priest outfit, pure black wings sprouted from his back. He's the leader of the executioners, Arios. Masayuki was confused due to the appearance of an unfamiliar man. He's not able to catch up with the situation completely. However, Venom, who was guarding Masayuki, immediately responds to the situation. Well done, as expected from Masayuki. I have been vigilant, but sorry. I couldn't grasp any presence of that guy at all. Masayuki, you noticed him well. Saying those words, Venom came in front of Masayuki. Without noticing that Masayuki, who heard it, was turning pale. In fact, Venom was always scanning for any presences while guarding Masayuki. It didn't mean he let down his vigilance, but he couldn't catch the enemy's presence at all. In other words, the man in front of him was a very dangerous person. I don't know what your purpose is, but if you want to lay your hand on Masayuki, I'll be your opponent. It's alright, Masayuki? Eh? Ah, yes. Masayuki nods instinctively. In the first place, Masayuki thinks that's unreasonable for him to fight the enemy. If Venom wanted to take his place, there's no reason for him to refuse. And, to Masayuki, who was still confused, he heard reliable voices. Masayuki and Chan, we also hear. We will show growth here. If Masayuki-san watching, we can be relieved too. Oni-chan, please see Alice and Co.'s efforts. Masayuki worried about how to reply to the children. He was wondering of letting the children to fight in this trip. But, the children are actually stronger than me. It can't be helped, right? In the end, he decided to approve them. Well, how long do you intend to groping my chest? Masayuki jumped back, panicking at that word. I am sorry. It's not on purpose. Masayuki can't make a good excuse, but his word is interrupted by Hinata. I understand. On the contrary, I want to thank you. That man was aiming at me, right? That said, Hinata was thanking Masayuki. Well, I didn't aim for it. I'm feeling relieved of what happened though. He wanted to say that, but Masayuki felt that destruction was waiting for him if he said it. He had no choice but to keep silent. Actually, Ario's target was Hinata. The reason was one. It was because Yuki used to be worried about Hinata before. Although she was not special existence anymore, he was still anxious. He thought he should deal with her quickly as she was not a person worthy enough for him to kill. However, as he knew Rainer's plan, he tried to assassinate Hinata during the gap. Velda declared that don't aim at the royal capital. He didn't want to interfere as much as possible, but Rainer failed. Therefore, he thought that he would assassinate her in an instant and immediately withdraw. However, he failed. Masayuki's luck had thwarted the timing of Arios's plan. It can't be helped for things to be like this. Sadly, I'll have everyone dead. Shut up. I'm strong, you know? We have Masayuki here too. Venom responded to Ara's statement fearlessly. And so, the fight started quietly. Behind Venom, who was fighting Arios, were the children who were also holding their weapons up with Kenya as their lead. Venom, without being roused up, started attacking Arios without worrying about the children. Naturally moving as if he was walking, he rushed at Arios like a cannonball, ignoring gravity and inertia. And he reached the maximum speed immediately, not giving time for Arios to prepare. Doom enemy. The claws on Venom's hands grew longer and dyed in black. And while releasing wave of division, he approached Arios. However, how naive. Before anyone was aware, Arios was gripping a sword and swung it. His sword shone like it was releasing radiance and cut off Venom's claws with extreme speed. Ara's expression didn't change, as if it's a natural result. He looked at Venom just like looking at a bug. Such condescending behavior was that of an overwhelming powerful person to those who was weaker. However, his expression was distorted due to unexpected situation. Pain ran through Ara's arm. Haha, serve you right. Luckily, two of it stuck in, right? Venom pointed it out and sprouting a smile. As what Venom said, two claws had stuck in Ara's arm. You bastard, is this your aim from the start? Nope, it isn't like that. I thought I'd kill you by the first strike. However, I thought that even if you grazed by one would be good. Well, I'm so lucky again today. You jester, I will no longer hold back then. Stupid, fighting without holding back from the beginning, such a thing should be the basic, you know. Towards Arios, who was dyed with anger, Venom was thoughtfully cheerful. However, in contrast to his attitude, there's no gap in his stance. with his cut claws already regenerated. Venom's consciousness focused on Arios. That's natural. From the exchange just now, Venom was convinced that Arios was an overwhelmingly powerful person. And that's it. Thank you so much for watching. And if you guys have not watched my earlier videos, then please watch them. The links are in the description. And please check out my other channel Top Anime Sensei for the light novel of Tensura. And don't forget to like, subscribe and press the bell icon so you don't miss the updates.